Frieze is an international contemporary art fair that takes place every October in London's Regent's Park. During the fair, all of London is buzzing with international travellers, art world bigwigs, and yep, a few celebrities.
It's one of the chief fairs that made the name of contemporary art. There's still just as much of a buzz about it as there ever was.
There's an incredible energy in London at the moment.
For London, it's the contemporary art world coming back home.
London in Britain has been the centre of artistic activity for 10, 15, 20 years now.
Founded in 2003, the Frieze Art Fair has joined Basel, Miami and Venice as an essential stop on the contemporary art festival circuit.
The art world is punctuated by just a couple of key moments in the year, and London is very fortunate to have one of those moments each October.
Since Frieze is held in London in the fall, this art fair obviously has a different personality than, say, Art Basel Miami Beach.
The Frieze personality is just all about the fall. You know, with Miami, you're escaping reality, going to the beach. London is so beautiful in October. The leaves are orange, there's still some sunshine. So it's just amazing to experience the whole city, and the fair really ignites this week.
Outside the fair itself, which attracts 150 international contemporary art galleries, there's a growing number of fringe events that pop up around London during the week of the fair.
The galleries, the museums, the private collections all put on, an incredible event. The best shows of the year are happening at this time, so it's a great way to come in, and see a lot.
There's certainly a lot to see, too much in fact. So on this program, we're going to show you the best of the best, go past the velvet ropes, and be your insider's guide to it all. Welcome to London. I've come here specially for the Frieze Art Fair, which is one of the highlights of the global social circuit. It's held in a little-known neighbourhood in the heart of central London, which is one of my favourite places, Fitzrovia, because this is where I grew up.
Fitzrovia is wonderful because it's got the contrast of old and new. It's becoming trendy. There's a lot of artists who've moved into it, a lot of actors here, but there's still sort of traditional shops that you get.
The context itself is kind of outstanding as well. You are in London, but you don't think you're in London. It's in a park. It's very human scale.
For visitors who come to London during Frieze, Fitzrovia offers a double payoff. The neighbourhood is a hidden gem in the city centre that is rarely frequented by other tourists. In part due to its proximity to the Frieze Fair, some of the best art galleries in London have popped up here. As you'd expect, where great art has flourished, other cultural amenities have followed. For instance, the Charlotte Street Hotel is a cornerstone of this historic neighbourhood, and it's decorated with art throughout its common areas.
In the heart of Fitzrovia, we are part of the art scene very much, and we have many art collectors that stay in the hotel all year round. They stay here because they are part of the art that the Charlotte Street Hotel is. The Botero at the front of the hotel is probably the most popular piece of art in the hotel, get touched every time somebody comes through the door. But if you notice it, it's gone actually shiny on the top and around the sides where it's had its pats on the way through.
Fitzrovia also boasts a slew of restaurants as well as those cutting-edge art galleries. Lazaridis Gallery is the crown jewel. Lazaridis will attract as many as 10,000 visitors during Frieze who seek out its offering of prankish bad boy art.
It's not an accident that we're going to have well over 10,000 people go through a show in a week this week. 20,000 people are going to go through Frieze. So, we'd like to appeal to quite a populist.
So it's okay,
not just aesthetically, but
like a newbie can come in and you won't say,
totally.
Show me a black Amex before I talk to you.
One other thing is, we have a lot of our clients are the next generation, the children of the mega clients who go around, Pace Wildenstein and Hauser and Wirth. Our clients are that, we don't apologise for it. We like to work with people who are, the future. Because we're a young gallery, so we appeal to that younger demographic.
So maybe I'll take this one, right?
Yeah. We'll sort it out later in the week.
If I take this, I'll have that one. I think.
The thing is, if you go to some other galleries, you'd be shot for taking that off the wall. But we're very nice. So.
Fitzroy Square is the green space at the heart of Fitzrovia. And from the outset, this neighbourhood was really aimed at the well-to-do. In fact, the park was built entirely as a marketing tool to lure the wealthy to live in the grand mansions that were built around its edges. Today, the tenants are just as Tony, albeit a little different. There's a whole load of embassies, and word is Madonna, who bought one of the houses just over there as her London Kabbalah HQ. But the name of the neighbourhood, Fitzrovia, is not actually in honour of this grand square. The reason behind that belongs to another local landmark, a very different one, just around the corner. So what's the neighbourhood named after? Since we're in England, you won't be surprised to learn. It's named after the local pub. In the 1920s, when this area was being colonised by artists and writers like George Orwell, Nina Hamnet and Augustus John, they spent a lot of their time in the local pub, drinking and probably doing a bit of creative thinking. So they gave a name to their neighbourhood that honoured their favourite place. Fitzrovia is the Fitzroy Tavern place. Down the street from the Fitzroy Tavern is another classic London pub, Bourne and Hollingsworth. It's a British take on the speakeasy, where the cocktail list plays off one of the staples of English culture, tea time.
Cocktail is good.
Now let's be honest, I'm sure you've heard that bad rap about British cuisine.
It's so difficult to get a nice meal around Frieze.
But then again, not everyone agrees.
English food may be bad, or was in the past, but since the rise of Gordon Ramsay and Canapé, I think we're okay.
Known for its historic charm and that artsy decor, the Charlotte Street Hotel is also a culinary destination during Frieze, as the most prominent collectors and art dealers gather here for power breakfasts. 11 AM is peak time.
The Oscar Bar does end up quite often being a little art collector's canteen. So
they're like wheeling and dealing. Is it? Do they come here and they compare lists for the day? They're like, well, I got my Hearst and I got my Coombs. So you could eavesdrop on that.
Absolutely, it's all happening, and there's an excitement, there's an energy that is part of what's going on in the area.
So that's a taste of what Fitzrovia has to offer to the discerning traveller. And now you know where to stay during Frieze, what to see, and where to dine. But what about the art? What are the best parties and how do you get in? And how do you fit in? I'm on a mission to find the answers to these questions. And fortunately, an art fair like Frieze offers the opportunity to rub shoulders with some major power players in the art world. So throughout the fair, I'm going to seek out the real Frieze veterans, the most prominent collectors, gallerists, and artists alike, and pick their brains to get the inside scoop. These are some of the people I'll be talking to. Collectors like Chris Drake and Russian heavy hitter Maria Bybakova, important artists such as Isaac Julian and Beijing's Ai Weiwei, respected gallerists like socialite Julia Peyton-Jones, and journalist Sarah Douglas from Art and Auction magazine. But the person I'm most looking forward to meeting is Marina Abramovich, the performance artist who made a splash at MoMA in the spring of 2010 with her exhibition The Artist is Present. Abramovich is now the toast of London, and I want to find out, above all, what her experience is like at Frieze. All this when we return.